Hey guys, I don't really have a you know direct thing that I wanted to say to this. It's more of just raw getting some thoughts out there and just thinking things through as I'm saying them and stuff. So forgive me if this is a little all over the place. But I've just been sitting here seeing stuff with how things are nowadays, stuff going on in the news, and just the way the world's being towards each other and everything. And I honestly think that we need to go back to the ways where we could sit here and have a disagreement or a conversation or a difference of opinions and have a conversation about it, have an argument about it, have a debate about it, actually sit here and look at what we're talking about, think it through, and sit here and still be friends after. You know what I mean? Even if we're not friends, like, be vastly different in where we stand and look at things, even not even necessarily open mindedness, just getting it out of our system and then still treating each other like humans instead of everything having to be, oh, you disagree with me, you're the opposition, I have to fight you now, kind of thing. It doesn't make sense to me because that's letting negativity into your life that you don't need, especially with how negative everyday life is nowadays. I mean, there's people that their biggest worry is, where am I going to get my next meal? How am I going to sit here and feed my kids once I get paid? Because when I get paid, bills take everything to where I have to sit here and get a second job or something like that. And I'm not saying me, I'm just giving an example. There's already enough negativity in your life and in other people's lives to where we don't need to sit here and just constantly finding something to be on each other about. Our our biggest strength as a species has been our ability to come together as a community and figure stuff out, collectively share knowledge with each other to grow as and create a population. That's one of the reasons why we're top of the biological food chain, because what's in here and our ability to sit here and use that as a stepping stone for the next generation or something like that. Look at what our kids are going to sit here and say about us when they get older. They're going to sit here because this isn't like the old days in the early 1900s and stuff like that, with 1920s and other stuff, where a lot of the stuff wasn't really documented and other stuff like that. We have video and documentation for how we are and how we react to stuff on a level to where our kids or our grandkids coming up could just look up something and see all of our stuff, like how people reacted, how people did stuff. And you just got to think, am I sitting here thinking stuff through enough to where my grandkids could sit here and look at this and at least understand where I'm coming from on the subject, you know? And like I said, all over the place, ADHD sucks. I mean, it has its ups, but ooh. I just think we should start trying to come together, and it could even be something as small as the old school paying it forward thing. And if you're sitting here waiting for something to happen to you to pay it forward, well, wait. Do something nice. If you're in a drive-through, just ask the lady, or not lady, sorry, that's assuming. Um, just ask the person at the window, hey, how much is the meal behind me? And if it's something that you're not really going to miss or anything like that, buy their food. Just something small like that. You get to feel good about yourself and all this other stuff. Don't beat yourself up saying, oh, I did that for a selfish reason. It's something small. Who cares? You did something nice. That's all that matters. Just little stuff like that we need to get back to doing, because we need to steer this ship in a better direction, to where we start coming together as a people. Not even towards anything in specific, is like what I'm talking about. Just try to beat back some of the negativity of getting to see everybody's hot takes and worst moments because they decided to stick it on the internet, not thinking in the moment, hey, this is going to be here forever. We ought to sit here. Okay, I'm repeating myself. Just if you feel like doing something today, just that little inkling in your head, like, I ought to do something nice for this, just for this person. Do it. Don't do it for clout on the internet, but because that just that makes people not want to do it, because they assume that's how they're going to get looked at when they do it. You're hurting people. But try to sit here and do something nice for somebody, even something small. You might make somebody's day. Even if you're in your darkest time right now, to where you feel like nobody cares about you, nobody would miss you or anything like that, if you feel that way, you could sit here and do something small for somebody and change their lives. Like, just, they would probably remember you as the person that helped them for the rest of their lives. Now, they might not. You might get one of those people that just does not give a crap and will just be a horrible person or take advantage of it. But that's not your fault. It's not your fault that they're crappy. How you react to that is your fault. And if they treat you like crap, okay. It's okay to go, okay, I'm not going to help you anymore. And then just move on with your day and help the next person, because that person was crap. This person might not be. You have to look at it on an individual basis. Just help people, guys. It's not that hard. And I know just about everything I'm saying is obvious. It's stuff that I feel like I shouldn't have to be on here saying. I shouldn't have to sit here and try to be saying this, because it's common knowledge. I feel like it's common sense to sit here and just not be shitty to people. Try to help people. I don't even mean give to charity. Just do something nice for some random person. Help somebody today. Even if it's you see someone's having a crap day, walk up and give them a compliment. Just something like that, and then just move on with your day. Feel good about yourself, and then do it the next day. And then over time, you could sit here and start using that to try to steer your mentality about how you think about people, and use that to sit here and change your whole perspective on how your life is. And with that new perspective, you might see some stuff you're doing that might be causing your situation, and be like, oh, hey, now I can help improve my own life from this. And at the same time, don't let small stuff get you so worked up to where you're going to ruin your, like, the next 10 years of your life or your career or something like that, just because this one person smarted off to me or ticked me off or all that. I'm all for being petty and giving people what they deserve. I think it's just as entertaining as everybody else does. But you got to think, when someone upsets me like that, and I let it get to me and I get ticked off at that point, and I do something about it, at that point, I made a choice to act like that. And then it's partially on me. You got to make the decision on whether or not you want that to be a part of your life, because that's going to be a memory that you are going to have. And it could be something you end up carrying with you, and it could wind up having repercussions you wouldn't even have thought of. But I'm about to have to get to work. So, look, y'all have a good day. Sorry for taking up however much of your time. Like I said, I didn't really have a specific thing I wanted to talk about today, other than just trying to add some positivity into the world. We've got enough negativity spinning around right now. And I'm not talking about any political thing in particular. I'm just talking about just sentiment of just being negative all the time and just something happening every day. We should come together and start trying to make something positive happen every day. That way we have something to look to. And we can all at least acknowledge that it's not all crap all the time. Have a good day. And if you're not having a good day, make it a good day.